Right, please. And tonight was a great victory for Saul Canelo Alvarez, but I think as well a man to my right that showed plenty of heart and guts, and a round of applause I think for John Ryder for that performance tonight. We're going to go to the media for questions for John Ryder and the team. Mike.
John, congratulations on a great performance. How bad did that nose hurt, and is it broken? What can you talk about how bad the nose was hurt?
Yeah, last punch in the second round, just gone, yeah. Not a massive shot, but I felt it go instantly, and then blood in the back of my throat straight away, so it really threw me for a couple of rounds, but it is what it is. It's a new experience in the boxing ring, something I'll learn from.
Is it broken?
I think so, yeah.
Bueno, están diciendo que prácticamente tiene la nariz rota
You obviously came here to win, and that showed in all the courage you displayed
y
there.
mostraste mucho
Do you
coraje.
feel at least some moral victory going into business?
Listen, you can't wait to win, that's the ultimate goal. Going the distance, I made a fight with it for a while, but on the scorecards I wanted to get that close, so no, oral victories maybe, yeah, but obviously I can't give a dream and I didn't achieve it, so not really bad.
John, who is the next plan in your career? Who is the next plan in your career?
I don't know, I'd have a nice rest now with the family, sit down with Tony, Charlie, Eddie, and we'll see where we go from there.
What's the
Thank you.
overriding emotion?
Just gutted. I've put so much into the sport over the last few years, and not always got the brotherly green. Come here with a dream, like I said. It fell short, but that's boxing. Not the first, that won't be the last.
How good was he?
He was very good. I still think he's probably past his best, but he still had enough in his tank tonight.
John, when you say you're gutted, is there any part of you that's aware of how much you probably enhanced your reputation tonight?
So listen, I'm up to social media, all the feedback, so it's I might sit there tomorrow with my family, enjoy them. Next couple of days have a look on social media, see what the feedback is, and go from there.
You said that he's probably past his best. Why do you say that?
He couldn't get me out of there. His plan was to stop me, he didn't. I know I took a great shot in the 5th round, come back swinging, and probably had some good runs after that.
John, you fought the best, Kevin Smith, Bill Dos Santos. How do you rank Canelo against those opponents?
He's up there. Listen, I feel the losing in the second round, it probably would have been a different fight. Listen, it was great to share the room with him, it's been great to share the room with every opponent I faced. But obviously, ultimately, I'm gutted that I didn't get the result. Certainly looking like an absolute victim, losing plaster, but listen, I've dared to do and I've come up short, so obviously the overriding thing is that I'm gutted, but I'll have a good rest now, sit down with Tony, Eddie, Charlie, and see where we go from there.
John, you're the 8th British opponent Alvarez has beaten. Do you think you did the best of all?
Listen, I need to watch it back. I lasted 12 rounds, that's the cherry on the cake, I suppose.
When you were hurt and dropped, how did you come back so well? Because you did really well in the round straight after. How did you get through that?
So that time I spent with Nigel Benn, just for Nigel Benn, who just didn't come out swinging, so he'd probably knock him out there. I didn't do that, unfortunately, but listen, I'm in the gym around great fighters, former idols, so I can really pull from the best in the business.
John, over here. Do you have any regrets about tonight's fight?
No regrets, no, just getting caught with that punch in the second round. I feel like it would have been slightly different moving forward. Took me a few rounds to regroup and readjust. But a great corner, kept me calm, kept me in the fight, and just happy that we live to see another day and fight another fight.
John, you said before that you think about whether you boxed on, but after that tonight, is the plan to go again?
Yeah, I think so. Quite a lot of enjoyment out of that fight, although I got a busted nose. I'll sit down with the team and the family and just evaluate.
Eddie, what do you think?
I thought, it was a fantastic performance. I think that once his confidence grew in the fight, he grew in the fight. And I thought at the back half of the fight, I thought he was very competitive. I thought he won a couple of rounds at the back end of the fight. I thought Sal looked a bit tired as well, which was a decent pace. but after 5 or 6 rounds, I didn't think he'd get through that. And I think, you know, there's always fans and people always like to question fighters' hearts, which they should never do. But what we saw tonight was a fighter with lots of heart, and not just lots of heart, someone that was prepared to fight back, not just try and survive, but was prepared to stand and trade. And I thought he boxed really well, and it was surprising. I think early on in the fight, obviously the nose would have been different, but once he started believing in himself, I thought he was effective in the fight. And to come back and make it competitive in the latter stages was incredible, considering the punishment and the damage that he took to his nose.
And loads
John,
of options as well for John now.
Yeah, lots of options. I mean, look, you know, I think the first thing is a rest. He hasn't been that active over the years because we've always been waiting for slots and mandatory positions that he was in. But there's a lot of American super middleweights that are going to want to fight John Ryder. You know, his stock's going to rise in the UK as well. He can headline back there as well. So first things first, deserves a nice holiday, and I think his stock's risen immensely tonight.
John, after 12 rounds in the ring with Canelo, how can you describe him as a fighter? And as well, how can you describe this night in Guadalajara?
Listen, he's a great fighter, great tactician. You can see he's always down in the later from the early rounds and just setting traps in the middle rounds and just really executing. So he's a fantastic fighter, but I knew that coming into this. Mexico has been unbelievable for me this week. I'm so welcome. Genuinely has felt like home. If anyone's going to headline the show again, I definitely would.